everyone. Welcome back to Smart Learning, your go-to channel for mastering English. I'm Lisa, and today we have a very exciting session, English pronunciation tips. Speak like a native.
Hi, Lisa, and hi, everyone watching. I'm David, and I'm really excited to be here, but I have to admit, I feel a little nervous. English pronunciation has always been my biggest challenge.
Don't worry at all, David. You're in the right place. Today, we're going to focus on practical tips, exercises, and examples that will help you speak English clearly, confidently, and naturally, just like a native speaker.
That sounds amazing. I've tried a lot of things before. Apps, videos, recording myself, but somehow my pronunciation still sounds awkward.
You're not alone. Many learners feel the same way. Pronunciation isn't just about saying words correctly. It's about rhythm, stress, intonation, and those subtle sounds that native speakers use automatically.
Wow, I didn't realize it was that complex. I thought if I memorized words and phrases, I'd be fine.
Memorization helps, but it's only part of the picture. Think of English as music. Pronunciation is like learning to play the right notes in rhythm. If your notes are off, the song won't sound natural, even if the lyrics are correct.
That makes sense. So today, we are going to learn how to play the English music correctly.
Exactly. And to make it fun, we'll go step by step. Common mistakes, vowels and consonants, stress and intonation, linking, and practical exercises including tongue twisters.
That sounds like a lot, but I'm ready. I really want to speak English naturally, like native speakers.
I love your motivation. Before we start, let's do a little icebreaker. Can you tell me one funny or embarrassing pronunciation mistake you've made?
Oh, so many. But I remember once I said sheet instead of, I meant seat, but it came out completely wrong. Everyone laughed, and I was so embarrassed.
That happens all the time. These mistakes are normal. The key is learning from them and practicing.
I guess mistakes are part of the process, huh?
Absolutely. Mistakes are like signposts guiding you to better pronunciation.
That's comforting. So, what's the first step today?
First, we'll understand why pronunciation is so important. Many learners focus on grammar and vocabulary, but if no one can understand your words clearly, all that knowledge won't help.
I've experienced that. I can form perfect sentences in my head, but when I speak, people sometimes ask me to repeat myself.
Exactly. Clear pronunciation is the key to being understood and to feeling confident. It's also crucial for professional situations like interviews or presentations.
Oh, that's true. I sometimes avoid speaking in meetings because I'm afraid of mispronouncing words.
That's very common. But with the right techniques, you can overcome that fear. Today, we'll practice sounds, stress patterns, and rhythm, so speaking English will feel more natural.
I can't wait to start practicing. Do we do exercises during this session?
Of course, interactive exercises, tongue twisters, and real-life examples. You'll practice each sound, repeat after me, and I'll give immediate feedback. By the end, you'll notice a clear improvement.
Sounds perfect. How long does it usually take to sound like a native?
That depends on consistent practice. You won't sound completely native overnight, but daily practice, even 15-20 minutes, makes a huge difference over weeks and months.
That's encouraging. I can commit to daily practice.
Great! One more thing. Listening carefully is very important. The more you listen to native speakers, YouTube, podcasts, movies, the more your brain recognizes subtle sounds and patterns.
So, listening is just as important as speaking?
Exactly. Listening and imitating are the two most powerful tools for improving pronunciation.
I'll do that. Do you have tips for practicing on my own outside lessons?
Absolutely. Shadowing exercises are excellent. Pick a short clip, Repeat exactly what the speaker says. Match their rhythm and stress. Record yourself and compare. Very effective.
Got it. Shadow, record, repeat. That sounds doable.
And remember, patience is key. Pronunciation is a skill, not a talent. Anyone can improve with guidance and practice.
I feel better already. Just talking to you makes me more confident.
Confidence is huge. The more you practice and pay attention to sounds, the more natural you'll sound.
I'm ready, Lisa. Let's start the exercises. I want to correct my pronunciation right away.
Perfect. First, we'll focus on the most common pronunciation mistakes, tricky sounds, minimal pairs, and simple warm-up exercises.
Excellent. Let's do it.
David, today we're going to focus on why pronunciation is so important. Many learners know grammar and vocabulary, but still struggle to communicate clearly.
Yes, I've experienced that. Sometimes I know the right words, but when I speak, people don't understand me.
That's very common. Pronunciation is often overlooked, but it's the bridge between knowing English and being understood. Without clear pronunciation, communication becomes difficult, even if your sentences are correct.
That explains why I sometimes feel frustrated. I've memorized so many words, but I still need people to repeat themselves.
Exactly. Clear pronunciation affects confidence, comprehension, and even professional perception. Imagine giving a presentation. You know your content, but mispronounce key words. People may focus on errors rather than your ideas.
I've had that happen. Once I said schedule incorrectly in a meeting and everyone seemed confused. I felt embarrassed.
That's a perfect example. Pronunciation impacts how others perceive you. Clear speech makes you sound professional and confident.
So, it's not just casual conversation. It affects careers and opportunities.
Absolutely. Another aspect is listening. If you don't practice pronunciation, it's harder to understand native speakers. Your brain must connect sounds to words.
That's true. Sometimes I hear native speakers and can't catch a single word.
Correct. Improving pronunciation improves listening comprehension too. You'll start recognizing words naturally, even in fast speech.
So pronunciation is really the foundation of communication. Without it, everything else becomes shaky.
Exactly. And don't forget, pronunciation is cultural too. English has different accents and dialects. Practicing clear pronunciation helps you understand British, American, and other accents more easily.
That's interesting. So mastering standard pronunciation can help me adopt to different accents?
Yes, once you master clear pronunciation, you can follow different accents with much less effort.
That motivates me even more. I want to be understood everywhere.
Perfect. Now, let's discuss common challenges. Learners often struggle with certain sounds like the th and the th, vowel length, consonant clusters, and word stress.
I know. I always mix up think and this, and beat and bit confuse me too.
Those are classic examples. Today, we'll practice these sounds step by step. But remember, improvement comes from consistent practice, not just knowing rules.
So I need to practice daily and focus on sounds I find difficult.
Exactly. Also, pay attention to rhythm and stress. English is stress-timed, which means some syllables are stronger than others. Misplacing stress can change meaning or make speech difficult to understand.
I didn't know stress was that important.
It is. For example, record versus record. Stress changes meaning completely. Practicing stress patterns is essential for natural speech.
That explains why people misunderstand me, even when I know the words.
Correct. Pronunciation, stress, and intonation together create natural speech. Mastering these aspects makes you sound more fluent and understandable.
I see. So focusing on pronunciation also improves fluency and listening comprehension.
Absolutely. Pronunciation touches all areas of language learning: speaking, listening, confidence, and even understanding accents.
I feel more motivated now. I realize it's not just about sounding good, it's about being understood and confident.
That's exactly right. Clear pronunciation is the foundation for effective communication, confidence, and professional success.
I'm ready to start practicing. Where do we begin?
First, we'll identify your most common mistakes and practice tricky sounds, vowels, consonants, and stress patterns step by step. You'll notice improvement quickly if you practice consistently.
Excellent. Let's get started.
All right, David, let's move on to some of the most common pronunciation mistakes that learners make. These are mistakes that often make speech unclear or confusing.
Sounds good. I know I have trouble with certain sounds, especially TH and vowels.
Perfect. Let's start with the th sounds. English has th as in think and the as in this. Many learners replace them with s, z, t, or d.
Yes, I usually say tink instead of think and dis instead of this.
That's very common. Let's practice slowly. Repeat after me. Think, fin, thought, through. Excellent. Notice how your tongue lightly touches between your teeth. Don't push too hard, just gentle contact.
Okay, tongue between teeth. Got it.
Next, vowels. Many learners confuse short and long vowels. For example, ship and sheep.
Oh, yes. I sometimes say sheep when I mean ship.
Let's practice minimal pairs. Repeat after me. Ship, sheep. Bit, beat. Cat, cart. Full, fool. Pull, pull.
Ship, sheep. Bit, beat. Cat, cart. Full, fool. Pull, pool.
Very good. Remember, long vowels are held slightly longer and short vowels are quicker. Mouth shape and tongue position matter a lot. Very good. Remember, long vowels are held slightly longer and short vowels are quicker. Mouth shape and tongue position matter a lot.
How can I remember which vowel is long or short?
Listen carefully to native speakers and imitate them. Over time, your ear will recognize the subtle differences.
Got it. I'll try to pay more attention when I listen to English.
Excellent. Now let's focus on consonants. Some consonants are tricky, like r, l, and consonant clusters. Many learners drop letters or mispronounce them.
For example, I sometimes skip the R in world or the ul in help.
Exactly. Let's practice world, help, plant, street, friend, milk, blend.
World, help, plant, street, friend, milk, blend.
Very good. Notice the tongue movement for L and the curling of the tongue for R.
I'll pay attention to that.
Another common mistake is silent letters. Words like night, honest, right, thumb, subtle often confuse learners.
I always pronounce the K in night and the B in subtle.
Perfect! Silent letters are tricky, but once you recognize them, you'll improve quickly.
This is really helpful. I never realized how many small details I was missing.
Exactly. Even small mistakes can make a big difference. That's why we practice slowly and clearly.
What about stress in words? I sometimes stress the wrong syllable.
Great point. Stress is very important. For example, record versus record. Misplacing stress can confuse listeners.
Wow, I didn't realize stress could change meaning.
Yes. Another example, present versus present. Always check stress patterns in dictionaries or listen to native speakers.
Okay, I'll start paying more attention to stress.
Finally, let's practice connected speech. Many learners pronounce words separately, but native speakers link them. For example, I am going to, I'm gonna.
I noticed that. It sounds so fast.
All right, David. Let's practice a short sentence. I am going to the store. Listen and repeat. I'm gonna to the store.
I'm gonna the store.
Very good. The more you practice these small details, sounds, stress, linking, the clearer and more native-like your pronunciation becomes.
I feel like I'm already improving just by paying attention to these details.
That's the key. Awareness and practice lead to improvement. We'll continue practicing more tricky sounds, vowels, and stress in the next parts.
Excellent. I can't wait to move on and learn more.
All right, David. Now we're going to focus on vowel sounds. Vowels are one of the most important parts of pronunciation because they change the meaning of words completely.
I agree. I often mix up vowels and people misunderstand me.
Exactly. English has short vowels, long vowels, and diphthongs. Let's start with short vowels. Repeat after me. I, as in sit.
Sit.
Good. Next, as in bed.
Bed.
Perfect. Then as in cat. Excellent. Short vowels are quick and relaxed. Your tongue and mouth stay in a neutral position.
Okay, short vowels are quick and simple.
Now let's move to long vowels. Repeat E, as in sheep.
Sheep.
Very good. Then oo, as in food.
Food.
Excellent. Long vowels are held slightly longer and often need a higher tongue position.
I noticed the difference in length. That helps a lot.
Hello, we're excited to show you our native speech capabilities.
Where you can direct a voice, create realistic dialogue, and so much more. Edit these placeholders to get started.
Great. Let's practice minimal pairs to make sure you hear the difference. Ship, sheep, bit, beat, full, fool, pull, pool.
Ship. Sheep. Bit. Beat. Full. Pull. Pull.
Perfect. Keep your tongue and lips relaxed, but hold the long vowels slightly longer.
Got it. What about diphthongs?
Diphthongs are vowel combinations that glide from one sound to another. For example, I as in time and a as in day. Repeat. Time, mine, fly.
Time, mine, fly.
Very good. Now, day, say, play.
Day, say, play.
Excellent. Notice how your mouth moves from one vowel sound to the next smoothly. That's the key for diphthongs.
I see. It's like a small slide between sounds.
Exactly. Let's also practice some tricky vowels that learners often confuse. Aw as in hot and aw as in thought.
Hot. Thought.
Very good. Ah is short and quick, while ah is longer and your jaw drops slightly more.
I'll pay attention to the jaw position.
Another pair is as in put and oo as in boot.
Put. Boot.
Excellent. Is short and relaxed. Oo is long and tense. Keep practicing these pairs every day.
This is really helping me notice small differences I never realized before.
That's exactly the point. Small differences in vowels can completely change the meaning of words.
I also struggle with unstressed vowels. They sound different sometimes.
Great observation. The schwa, is the most common unstressed vowel in English. It appears in words like about, banana, problem. Repeat, about, banana, problem.
About, banana, problem.
Perfect. Schwa is relaxed and short. It helps your speech sound natural and fluent.
I see. So mastering vowels is not just about individual words, but also about natural flow in sentences.
Excellent, David. Keep practicing minimal pairs, long and short vowels, diphthongs, and the schwa. Over time, your pronunciation will sound much more natural.
I'll do that. I can't wait to move on to consonants and other tricky sounds.
Great. Next, we'll focus on consonant sounds and some silent letters. But first, practice these vowel exercises daily.
Absolutely. I'll repeat them until they feel natural.
All right, David. Now we're moving on to consonant sounds and silent letters. Many learners make mistakes here, which can confuse listeners.
Yes, I often skip letters or mispronounce consonants, especially in clusters.
That's very common. Let's start with some tricky consonants, like R and L. For R, your tongue curls slightly without touching the roof of your mouth. Repeat after me. Red, right, run, around, friend.
Red, right, run, around, friend.
Excellent. Now, your tongue lightly touches the alveolar ridge behind your upper teeth. Repeat. Light, long, play, help, plan.
Light, long, play, help, plan.
Very good. Notice the difference between and ul. It's subtle but important for clarity.
I see. That's why I sometimes sound unclear to native speakers.
Exactly. Next, consonant clusters. Many learners simplify them by dropping a sound. For example, street, plants, friends. Repeat carefully. Street, plants, friends.
Street, plants, friends.
Perfect. Don't drop any consonants. It keeps your speech clear and professional.
Got it. I'll make sure to pronounce all sounds.
Now let's focus on silent letters. English has many, like night, right, some, subtle, honest. These letters are not pronounced but affect spelling.
I always say the K in night and the B in subtle.
That's very common. Let's practice slowly. Night, right, thumb, subtle, honest.
Night, right, thumb, subtle, honest.
Excellent. Notice that the silent letters are ignored, but your pronunciation stays smooth.
This helps a lot. I often confuse listeners because of these silent letters.
Exactly. Another tricky set is psychology, island, gnome, debt, salmon. Repeat after me. Psychology, island, gnome, debt, salmon.
Psychology, island, gnome, debt, salmon.
Very good. Remember, English spelling often doesn't match pronunciation, so practicing these words is essential.
I can see how practicing these will make me sound more like a native.
Absolutely. Consonants also include sounds like th and the, which we practiced earlier. But watch out for words like bath, teeth, clothes, smooth.
Sometimes I replace them with t or d.
Yes, but keep the tongue between your teeth lightly. Repeat. Bath, teeth, clothes, smooth.
Bath, teeth, clothes, smooth.
Excellent. Let's also practice ending consonants, which many learners drop. For example, help, want, just, milk, best.
Help, want, just, milk, best.
Perfect. Ending consonants are very important. Dropping them can change the meaning. For example, bat versus bad, sit versus sip.
I see now. I need to pay more attention to the endings.
Exactly. Let's practice a short sentence with consonant clusters and silent letters. The knight helped his friend climb the steep street. Repeat slowly.
The knight helped his friend climb the steep street.
Very good. Notice every consonant is pronounced clearly, and the silent letters are ignored.
That felt different. I can hear a big improvement in clarity.
Excellent, David. Keep practicing consonants, clusters, silent letters, and ending sounds. Over time, your speech will be much clearer and more natural.
I'll do that. I feel more confident already.
Great. Next, we'll focus on word stress and intonation, which is very important for sounding fluent.
I'm ready. Let's continue.
All right, David. Now we're going to focus on word stress and intonation. These are essential for sounding natural in English.
I often notice my sentences sound flat, even when I pronounce words correctly.
That's very common. English is a stress-timed language, which means some syllables are stronger than others. Word stress helps listeners understand which word is important in a sentence.
Can you give me an example?
Sure. Take the word record. As a noun, we stress the first syllable, record. As a verb, we stress the second syllable, record.
Oh, that's interesting. Stress changes the meaning completely.
Exactly. Another example is present. Noun, present. Verb, present. Always be mindful of stress patterns.
I'll pay more attention, but how do I know which syllable to stress?
Dictionaries usually indicate stress. Also, listening to native speakers and repeating helps a lot.
Got it. So practice and listening are key.
Yes. Now let's practice multi-syllable words. Photograph, photography, photographer.
Photograph, photography, photographer.
Perfect. Notice how stress shifts depending on the word form.
I see. That explains why sometimes I feel my pronunciation is off.
Exactly. Now, intonation is also important. It's the rise and fall of your voice while speaking. It shows questions, statements, excitement, or surprise.
I often sound monotone, even when I'm asking a question.
That's common. For yes/no questions, your voice usually rises at the end. Are you ready?
Excellent. For statements, your voice usually falls.
I am ready.
Perfect. Notice the difference. Rising intonation shows uncertainty or questions. Falling intonation shows confidence and completeness.
That makes sense. What about lists or long sentences?
Good question. In lists, your voice rises on all items except the last one. I bought apples, bananas, oranges, and falls at the end and grapes.
I bought apples, bananas, oranges, and grapes.
Very good. This keeps speech natural and understandable.
I noticed that native speakers sound like they're singing slightly.
Exactly. English intonation gives a musical quality to speech. Practice it, and your English will sound much more fluent.
How do I practice intonation daily?
Listen to podcasts, YouTube videos, or audiobooks. Repeat sentences exactly as native speakers say them. Match their rise and fall, rhythm, and stress.
I'll try that. It seems very effective.
Another tip. Mark stressed words and sentences while reading. For example, I really want to learn English. Stress falls on really, want, and English.
I really want to learn English. Got it.
Perfect. This highlights the key information for listeners and makes your speech clearer.
I see how stress and intonation together make speech natural.
Yes, mastering them helps in conversations, presentations, and even casual chatting. You'll sound confident, clear, and engaging.
I feel like I finally understand why my speech sounded flat before.
That's great. Practice word stress, sentence stress, and intonation daily. Over time, it becomes natural.
I'll start today. Repeating after native speakers and marking stressed words seems very practical.
Absolutely. Keep practicing, and you'll notice a big improvement in fluency and clarity.
I'm ready for more. What's next after stress and intonation?
Next, we'll practice linking words and connected speech, which makes your English sound even more natural and fluid.
Perfect. Let's continue.
All right, David. Today, we're going to focus on linking words and connected speech. This is one of the keys to speaking English naturally.
I notice native speakers often connect words, but I usually pronounce each word separately. It sounds slow and unnatural.
Exactly. Linking is when the final sound of one word connects to the first sound of the next word. For example, I am becomes I'm. Want to becomes wanna. And going to becomes gonna.
Oh, that's interesting. So, I am going to school can sound like I'm gonna school?
Yes, in casual speech, let's practice slowly. I am going to the market. Now, naturally, I'm gonna the market.
I'm gonna the market. That feels more natural.
Great. Another common example is did you to ju. For example, did you finish your homework? To did you finish your homework?
Did you finish your homework? I hear that all the time in movies and podcasts.
Perfect. Linking not only speeds up your speech, but also makes it sound fluent and native-like.
What about consonants linking to vowels? I sometimes get confused there.
Good question. If a word ends in a consonant and the next word starts with a vowel, we link them. For example, pick it up becomes pick it up.
Pick it up. I see how the k connects to the I.
Excellent. Another example, turn off the light. Turn off the light.
Turn off the light. That feels smoother than saying each word separately.
Exactly. Linking sounds makes your speech flow naturally. Now, when a word ends with a vowel and the next word starts with a vowel, we often use a slight w or y sound.
Can you give me an example?
Sure. Go on. See it. Repeat after me. Go on. See it.
Go on. See it. I notice the extra sound helps the words flow.
Perfect. Another important aspect is weak forms. Many small words like and, to, for, of are often reduced. For example, and becomes un, to becomes ta, for becomes fa.
So instead of saying and clearly, I say un?
Exactly. In a sentence, I went to the park and saw a dog, into I went to the park and saw a dog.
That sounds much faster and natural.
Yes, connected speech makes you sound like a fluent English speaker. Another tip, practice shadowing. Listen to a native speaker and repeat exactly what they say, including linking, weak forms, and intonation.
That sounds useful. So I shouldn't just read words separately. I should listen and mimic the flow.
Exactly. Also, contractions are part of connected speech. I am, I'm. We will, we'll. They have, they've. I'm going to school. We'll meet later. They've finished the project. That already sounds more natural. Exactly. Also, contractions are part of connected speech. I am, I'm. We will. They have, they've.
I'm going to school. We'll meet later. They've finished the project. That already sounds more natural.
Excellent. One more exercise. Read a sentence naturally with linking and weak forms. She's gonna to the store and buying some apples.
She's gone to the store and buying some apples. That feels fluent.
Perfect. Keep practicing sentences like this daily. Linking, weak forms, and contractions together make your English sound native-like.
I can feel the difference. My speech already sounds smoother than before.
That's great, David. Remember, the key is listening carefully, imitating native speakers, and practicing sentences rather than individual words.
I'll make sure to do that every day.
Excellent! Once you master linking and connected speech, you'll notice a huge improvement in your fluency and comprehension.
I'm excited. What's next after this?
Next, we'll focus on sentence stress and rhythm, which is another important step toward natural English.
Perfect. I'm ready.
All right, David. Today we're going to focus on sentence stress and rhythm. These are essential for speaking English naturally and being easily understood.
I often feel my sentences sound flat or robotic even when I pronounce words correctly.
That's very common. In English, not every word is stressed equally. Content words like nouns, main verbs, adjectives, and adverbs usually get stress. Function words like prepositions, articles, and auxiliary verbs are often unstressed.
Can you give an example?
Sure. In the sentence, I am going to the park, the stressed words are going and park. The unstressed words are I, am, to, the. So naturally, it sounds like I'm going to the park.
I'm going to the park. I notice how stressing the important words makes the sentence clearer.
Exactly. Stress shows which words carry the main meaning. Listeners can understand your message even if they don't catch every word.
That's interesting. So sentence stress is more important than pronouncing every single word perfectly?
Yes, in connected speech, stress guides understanding. Now, let's practice another example. She bought a new red car yesterday.
The stressed words are bought, new, red, car, yesterday. So it sounds like she bought a new red car yesterday.
Perfect. That's exactly right.
I notice my rhythm improves when I stress the right words.
Absolutely. Rhythm in English comes from alternating stressed and unstressed words. It's like a beat in music. Stressed words are longer and louder. Unstressed words are shorter and softer.
So English has a natural musical flow, not just random stress?
Yes, that's why listening and repeating native speech helps a lot. Now, let's practice a longer sentence. Tomorrow, we will meet at the cafe and discuss the project details.
The stressed words are tomorrow, meet, cafe, discuss, project, details. So naturally, tomorrow we will meet at the cafe and discuss the project details.
Excellent. Notice how your rhythm rises and falls naturally with stress.
I see. It feels more lively than my previous flat speech.
Exactly. Another tip? Reduce unstressed words with weak forms. For example, we will becomes will and at the becomes at the. So the sentence sounds like, tomorrow we'll meet at the cafe and discuss the project details.
Tomorrow, we'll meet at the cafe and discuss the project details. That already sounds much more natural.
Perfect. Weak forms and sentence stress together create the rhythm of English.
What about questions? I struggle with stress there sometimes.
Good point. In questions, we often stress the important content word. For example, what did you buy yesterday? Stress, what, buy, yesterday. What did you buy yesterday?
What did you buy yesterday? That makes it sound clear and natural.
Exactly. Another tip, rising and falling intonation works with stress.
Rising intonation often marks yes-no questions, while falling intonation suits statements and what questions.
I notice my speech improves immediately when I combine stress, rhythm, and intonation.
Yes. Now let's practice a short dialogue with proper stress and rhythm. Are you coming to the meeting tomorrow?
Yes, I'm going to the meeting tomorrow.
Perfect. Keep practicing dialogues like this, alternating stressed and unstressed words naturally.
I'll do that. It feels much more natural than focusing only on individual word pronunciation.
Absolutely. Mastering sentence stress and rhythm improves fluency, comprehension, and makes your speech sound confident and native-like.
I can feel the difference already. My sentences sound more alive and understandable.
Excellent, David. Keep practicing daily. Listening, repeating, and marking stress words and sentences are very effective techniques.
I'm ready to continue. What's next?
Next, we'll focus on connected phrases and natural speech patterns, which will make your English sound completely fluid.
Perfect. I'm excited.
All right, David. Today, we'll focus on connected phrases and natural speech patterns. This is the final step to sounding fluent and natural in English.
I often feel that even after practicing pronunciation, my sentences sound too separate, not connected.
That's common. Connected phrases allow words to flow together naturally. For example, in casual speech, I want to go often becomes I want to go.
I want to go. That sounds so much smoother.
Exactly. Another example, do you want to eat can be linked to do you want to eat. Linking these words together reduces pauses and makes speech natural.
So, native speakers rarely pronounce each word fully?
Correct. They link words, reduce weak forms, and use contractions. This creates the rhythm and flow of natural English.
Can you give me a few more examples?
Sure. I am going to help you. I'm gonna help you. He is going to do it. He's gonna do it. Notice the smoother connection between words.
I'm gonna help you. He's gonna do it. Wow, it already sounds fluent.
Yes, another key point is rhythm. English has a musical rhythm because of stressed and unstressed syllables. Practicing connected phrases helps you internalize this rhythm.
I've noticed that my speech sounds choppy when I don't link words.
Exactly. Let's try a longer sentence. She has to finish her homework before going to the park.
Naturally, it becomes, she's gotta finish her homework before going to the park.
Perfect. Notice how has to becomes gotta and going becomes going flows smoothly.
I can feel the difference. The sentence flows instead of stopping at each word.
Another natural pattern is reductions in common phrases. For example, let me becomes lemme. Give me becomes gimme. Got to becomes gotta.
Let me see. Gimme that. I gotta go. These sound much more casual and native-like.
Exactly. Of course, in formal speech, you should use the full forms, but for casual conversation, connected speech is essential.
That makes sense. I'll focus on casual practice first, then adjust for formal situations.
Good strategy. Now, intonation in connected phrases is also important. Stress usually falls on the content words, while weak words are almost swallowed.
Can you show me an example?
Sure. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know what he's doing.
I don't know what he's doing. That already sounds so much smoother than pronouncing every word.
Excellent. Another tip. Practice with dialogues. For example,
Hey, what are you doing tonight?
Hey, what you doing tonight?
perfect. Linking and reduction together make your speech flow.
I see. I can practice these patterns in daily conversations too.
Absolutely. Start with short phases, then expand to full sentences and dialogues. Listening to native speakers helps a lot.
What about more complex sentences? Do reductions still apply?
Yes, they do. For example, I'm going to tell him that I have to leave now, to I'm going to tell him I gotta leave now. Linking, weak forms, and contractions all apply.
I'm gonna tell him I gotta leave now. That sounds natural and fast, like native speech.
Exactly. Keep practicing these connected phrases daily. Over time, your speech will become fluent, smooth, and natural.
I can feel how all the previous lessons, pronunciation, stress, intonation, linking, come together here.
Yes, part 9 is where everything combines. Master connected phrases, rhythm, stress, and linking, and you'll sound confident and natural in any situation.
I'm excited to practice these every day.
Yes, part 9 is where everything combines. Master connected phrases, rhythm, stress, and linking, and you'll sound confident and natural in any situation.
I'm excited to practice these every day.
That's the spirit. Keep listening, repeating, and using these patterns in conversations. You'll notice big improvements quickly.
Thank you, Lisa. I feel like my English is becoming much more fluent and natural.
Excellent, David. Keep practicing and you'll master natural English pronunciation in no time.
All right, David. Now we'll focus on practical exercises and daily practice. This is where all your skills, vowels, consonants, stress, intonation, linking come together.
I often practice vocabulary and grammar, but I don't practice pronunciation systematically.
That's very common. To speak like a native, consistent daily practice is essential. Let's start with a simple routine.
Okay, what's the first step?
First, listen carefully. Spend at least 15 to 20 minutes a day listening to native English. Podcasts, YouTube, movies, or audiobooks. Focus on pronunciation, word stress, intonation, and linking.
I can do that. Should I just listen passively or actively repeat?
Both. First, listen, then repeat sentence by sentence. This is called shadowing. It helps you imitate native rhythm and pronunciation.
Got it. Shadowing seems very effective.
Second, minimal pairs exercises. These help with vowels and consonants. For example, ship versus sheep, bit versus beat, cat versus cart, pull versus pull. Repeat them daily.
I've been doing that, but I'll be more consistent.
Great! Third, record yourself. Speak a paragraph, then listen to it. Compare with a native speaker's version. Identify mistakes in pronunciation, stress, or rhythm.
Recording myself sounds a bit scary, but I understand it's very effective.
Absolutely. You'll notice subtle errors you can't hear while speaking.
What about connected speech and reductions?
Fourth, practice connected phrases and reductions. Take sentences like, I am going to the store, to I'm gonna the store. Or, do you want to eat, to do you want to eat. Repeat until smooth.
I'll add that to my daily practice.
Fifth, reading aloud. Read news articles, short stories, or dialogues. Focus on stress, intonation, linking, and rhythm. Mark stressed words and weak forms.
Reading aloud is something I've avoided before, but I see now it's very helpful.
Sixth, use tongue twisters. They improve articulation, speed, and clarity. For example, she sells seashells by the seashore, or Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers.
She sells seashells by the seashore. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. Wow, these are challenging.
Yes, but they strengthen pronunciation muscles and improve fluency.
Great. What about practicing in real conversations?
Seventh, daily conversation practice. Speak with friends, online partners, or language exchange apps. Use new phrases, connected speech, and stress patterns you learned.
I can do that. Practicing with real people is more fun and motivating.
8.
Set a daily routine. Even 30 minutes consistently is more effective than random long sessions. For example, 10 minutes listening, 10 minutes shadowing, 10 minutes reading aloud.
That seems manageable. Consistency is key.
Absolutely. Ninth, focus on feedback. If someone corrects your pronunciation or you notice mistakes, work on them immediately. Don't ignore errors.
I'll keep a notebook for mistakes and review them daily.
Excellent idea. 10th, be patient and persistent. Pronunciation improvement takes time. Daily practice compounds, and over months, your English will sound much more native-like.
I understand. Patience and consistent effort are crucial.
Finally, combine all skills. Listen, repeat, practice minimal pairs, connected speech, stress, intonation, tongue twisters, and daily conversation. Over time, your pronunciation, fluency, and confidence will improve significantly.
I'm motivated. I'll follow this routine every day.
Great! Remember, the key is daily effort. Even 20-30 minutes a day can make a huge difference over a few months.
Thank you, Lisa. With this structured plan, I feel confident I can speak like a native one day.
You're welcome, David. Stay consistent, enjoy the process, and keep practicing. You'll see amazing results.
I will. Let's start today and make it a habit.
Perfect. Your pronunciation journey starts now.